Fantasy Premier League managers, brace yourselves. The game just changed forever. The new defensive contribution rule for midfielders is about to turn everything we know about budget picks completely upside down.
Let me tell you why this is such a massive shift. Players like Moises Caicedo would have earned 40 defensive contribution points last season alone under these new rules.
And here's what makes this so fascinating. These budget midfielders are transforming from mere enablers into potential game changers. Take Elliot Anderson at £5.5 million. He's averaging 12.2 CBERT per 90 minutes, with over half his starts, qualifying for bonus points. That's unprecedented value.
Though what about the historical context here? Remember Cole Palmer's 244 points at £5.0 million 2 seasons ago?
That's exactly what makes this so interesting. We're not just looking at occasional attacking returns anymore. Players like Carlos Baleba at Brighton are averaging nearly 13 CBERT per 90, giving them a consistent point-scoring floor we've never seen before in budget options.
Well, let's dive into the Brighton situation because it's particularly intriguing. You've got Minte and Rutter with those impressive expected goal numbers, but then there's that classic rotation risk.
And that brings up an interesting point about risk management. Look at someone like Mikkel Damsgaard, 10-plus assists last season, set-piece duties, and a high CBERT average of 10.23 per 90. 3 years ago, a player with that profile would have been priced much higher.
So what's your take on these Sunderland options? They seem to be flying under the radar.
Oh man, they're fascinating. Enzo Lefebvre is basically the complete package. Free kicks, corners, 0.29 non-penalty expected goal involvement per 90 and a high CBERT of 11.67. Plus those early fixtures look incredibly promising. But then you've got his teammate Chemsdine Talby with that eye-popping 0.63 non-penalty expected goal involvement.
You know what's really interesting about the Talby versus Lefebvre debate? It perfectly illustrates the decisions managers face this season.
Exactly right. And it's not just about attacking potential anymore. We need to consider defensive contributions, card risk, rotation risk, and fixture difficulty. Like Ryan Christie at Bournemouth, fantastic defensive numbers at 13.77 CBERT per 90. But those yellow cards could really hurt his overall value.
Well, that brings up an interesting question. Could these defensive points actually make some budget options too predictable?
You know, I'd argue it creates more opportunities for differentiation. Look at John Arias at Wolves. Most creative player at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. 47 goals and 55 assists in 230 appearances for his previous club. He could be an absolute steal if he adapts quickly to the Premier League.
Though we should probably mention the importance of pre-season watching with these value picks.
Absolutely crucial point, and it ties into the bigger picture here. These budget midfielders aren't just fillers anymore. They're becoming legitimate strategic options that could define your season. The successful managers will be the ones who can balance all these new factors while maintaining a strong overall squad structure.
So what's your final verdict on the optimal price point for these budget options?
Based on all the data we've looked at, that sweet spot seems to be in the £5.0 million to £5.5 million range. The £4.5 million bracket is still largely a wasteland. Even Aaron Ramsey, the most owned in that price range, has too many question marks. But in that £5 million to £5.5 million range, you're getting players who could benefit from both attacking returns and these new defensive points. It's going to be fascinating to watch how this new scoring system reshapes the entire FPL landscape.